Imagine buying an apartment in Lisbon, a villa in Dubai, or a commercial building in Warsaw, and paying in crypto. Today, we are looking at one of the most compelling use cases for crypto assets in real world, buying property. Hello, my name is Mateusz Bartoszewicz and I'm the MiCA Delivery Manager at RE10. Welcome back to MiCA, Made Practical. Here is the problem. A growing number of high net worth individuals and investors hold significant wealth in crypto assets. When they want to purchase real estate, art pieces, top-shelf cars, they hit a wall. Today, let's focus on properties. Traditional real estate transactions require fiat currency. Banks are cautious about funds originating from crypto. Conversion is slow, expensive, and often poorly documented. And sellers, notaries, and escrow agents aren't familiar with how to handle crypto-to-fiat flows in a compliant way. The result? Buyers with legitimate, substantial crypto wealth are locked out of the property market. Not because they lack funds, because the infrastructure to bridge crypto and real estate doesn't exist in a structured form. That's currently changing. Let me walk you through how a property purchase with crypto assets works in practice. The flow follows a model already established by platforms adapted for the European regulatory environment. Step 1. The buyer selects a property and agrees on the purchase price with the seller. Both parties confirm that the transaction will involve crypto assets. Step 2. The buyer's crypto assets go through full AML and KYC verification via a licensed CASP like RE10. This is critical. The buyer's source of funds has to be documented and verified. Providers like RE10 handle this as part of our regulatory obligations under MiCA for each transaction, and can generate this documentation as is required later on for the notary. Step 3. The crypto assets are converted to fiat currency through platforms like ours. Conversion happens at an agreed rate, and the fiat equivalent is sent to the designated bank account, escrow account, notary, or directly to the seller's account, depending on the jurisdiction and the structure of the transaction. Step 4. The notary or legal representative completes the property transfer. From the seller's and the notary's perspective, they receive fiat currency. The documentation is complete, auditable, and compliant. The buyer has used their crypto wealth. The seller has received traditional currency. The notary has a clean paper trail. Step 5. Companies like RE10 are able to provide full transaction documentation, conversion records, source of funds, AML verification, timestamps, audit trails to all parties for their records and tax obligations. The entire process is designed so that the complexity of the crypto to fiat conversion is handled by a crypto brand like RE10, while all the other parties, the buyer, the seller, the notary, the escrow agent, interact with a familiar fiat-based process. This matters because real estate transactions, especially those involving a notary, demand a high level of documentation and legal certainty. A licensed CASP provides exactly that: verified source of funds, regulated conversion, and a complete audit trail that satisfies both the legal requirements of the property transaction and the regulatory requirements of MiCA. One more thing, we anticipate the same process for high-value art transactions. The most expensive art purchases, those involving notarial authentication and provenance documentation, follow a very similar flow: buyer verification, regulated conversion, escrow or direct settlement, full documentation. Whether the asset is a property or a painting, the role of the licensed CASP is the same: to provide the compliant bridge between crypto wealth and traditional transaction infrastructure. RE10 can facilitate your transactions for property and high-value assets. Full AML and KYC verification of the buyer. Regulated crypto-to-fiat conversion at competitive rates. Settlement to escrow. notary, or seller accounts in PLN, Euro, or USD, complete transaction documentation for all parties, and dedicated support throughout the process, because every property transaction is unique and needs hands-on coordination. Reach out to our sales team at RE10 to see how our crypto-to-fiat conversion and transaction documentation solutions can work for your institution. We will walk you through the process, the documentation requirements, and the timeline for your specific transaction. In the next episode, we will look at what changes on July 1st, the end of the VASP era in Europe, and what MiCA consolidation means for every crypto business on the continent. Follow RE10 for weekly MiCA and crypto updates.